every planet and the satellite has different mass and the radius, right? As it is having different mass and radius, so G is equal to Gm upon r square. This value, that is the acceleration due to gravity, will also change. It will be different for all. And what we observe it, when you will see the calculation of moon and the mass, you will see that on the moon it is about 1/6 part of the value of the earth. So that means using the same amount of force, we can jump 6 times higher on the moon as compared to that on the earth. See, when we are jumping, we are doing the work against gravity. So हम लोग जितना ऊंचा उठ सकते हैं उससे 6 times ज़्यादा we can do on the earth, okay, because the acceleration due to gravity is that much less. So let us understand about the mass and the weight, children. Now remember one thing, the definition part, very important. Mass is a scalar quantity. What do you mean by scalar quantity? It doesn't change with respect to any direction. उसको direction नहीं होता है, correct? So it has got only magnitude. So when I say 1 kg of sugar at equatorial, or 1 kg of sugar at polar region, or 1 kg of sugar on moon, or 1 kg of sugar on Mars, it means the same thing. मास अर्थ पे, मून पे, मास पे कहाँ पे जाओ वो सेम ही रहेगा. आपका जो भी मास है दैट इज़ गोइंग टू रिमेन द सेम. इट्स अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी, सो इट्स वैल्यू इज गोइंग टू रिमेन सेम. इट विल नॉट चेंज इवन इफ यू गो टू अनदर planet also. Another thing which you should remember, as we have the Newton first law, the measure of inertia of any object is nothing but the mass. So more mass you will have more inertia. So a high inertia, high you can say because of higher mass. Now what is weight? Weight is of an object is defined as the force with which the earth attracts that particular object. So it's a kind of force. So if you have any object of mass m on the surface of the earth, then we can have weight as W is equal to F is equal to mg, where g is nothing but gm upon r square. So what does it mean? It means weight is nothing but a force. So what is the unit of the force? Force का unit है Newton. That means weight का unit is also Newton, and it's a vector quantity. When I say it is a vector quantity, that means it will change from place to place, right? So this vector quantity, now what is the direction of this weight? It is always towards the center of the earth. Now you know it, W is equal to now mg. Now g is same, no, we have just seen 3 factors affecting the value of g, so it is not going to remain same. So we are going to get different weight of an object from place to place. Children, even in this type of weighing scale also it measures mass only. So what will be your weight if you are 75 kg? 75 into 9.8, that is 735 Newton will be your weight. As weight is a kind of force, the unit will be in Newton, right? Now next thing, so 1 kg mass is 1 into 9.8, that is 9.8 Newton. So you have the beam balance which measures the mass, right? Now you can ask to yourself that what will happen if you stand on a tall ladder and if your distance from the center of the earth is 2r, means this is r से r जितना दूर हो गए, and then what will be your weight? So such questions you can ask to yourself. As you know it, that small g is gm upon r square. Here r will become small 2r, so 2r ka square, correct? So that will be 4r square. So gm upon processing, so your g will be, it will become 1/4 of g, correct? So your weight will become 1/4 of whatever weight you are having on the earth. अगर अर्थ पे 100 किलो के तो वहाँ पे हो जाएगा 25 किलो के. कितना मज़ा आएगा. Now let us go to the some sums. A person weighing 750 newtons on the earth, then how much would he weigh on moon? If the moon's mass is 1/81 times of that of the earth and the radius is 1/3.7 times of that of earth. Did you follow the question? Okay, so we are comparing the weight of a person on the earth as well as on moon. So relation between the mass and the radius is given. So let us do that. So first of all we will find out the ratio of mass of the earth to the mass of the moon. So how much it will be? It is 1/88 pata. So the ratio of mass of earth to mass of moon is 81. That means earth is 81 times heavier than moon. Then we will take the ratio of their radiuses also. So radius of earth upon radius of moon is given as 3.7. So this answer comes out to be 3.7, correct? So let us do now further. Suppose the person is having the m mass. So what is it? The weight will be mg. That means it is given na 750 Newton. So that is nothing but C gm upon r square, and one more m will come. This is capital M, where is the mass of the earth, and this is the small m, the mass of the object. So it is m into g, and now you have the object as the earth, right? So me upon re the whole square. So when you will solve it further, what you will get? The mass is nothing but 750. You just take this r on the other side and g and m on the other side. So 750 into re square upon gme. This let it be as 1, equation 1. Now what will be weight on the moon? The moon can be m into g, where g is of the moon, na? Now so we will find out, it will be g into small mm upon rm, moon ka radius. So let us substitute that. Okay, so while solving here further, you will get 750 re square upon gmf me upon gmm upon rm the whole square. So just substitute the values. What you will get? 126.8 Newton. Correct? What was the mass? Weight. It was 750. 750 on earth. And moon, what you got? 126.8. Correct? So you can say roughly it is 6 times. 150 into 6 is 750. 125 into it. So the weight of the moon is nearly 1/6 of the weight on the earth, right? So we can write on moon as m small gm, that is the acceleration due to gravity on the moon. Thus what you will get, gm is 1/6 of the g on the earth. Next interesting thing under our study is about the free fall. You just take one small stone and hold it in your hand. Which force are acting on the stone? Gravitational force is there, even your muscular force is there, right? So all these forces are acting on your stone. Now release the stone. Okay, now you just release the stone. What do you observe? What are the forces we are acting on a stone after you release it? Yes, it is a gravitational force which is acting, which is attracting all the body towards itself. Correct? So we know that the force of gravity due to earth acts on each and every object. So when we are holding the stone in our hand, the stone was experiencing this force, but it was balanced by the force that we were applying on it. हम लोग जो पकड़ के रखे थे उससे उसको बैलेंस कर रहा था, right? Because they were both were in the opposite direction. So as a result, the stone remained in rest. But once we release the stone from our hands, the only force that acts is nothing but the gravitational force of the earth, and the stone falls only under the influence of such force, and it falls freely. Thus the released stone is in a free fall. In a free fall, the initial velocity of the object is 0 as we are holding it, and then it goes on increasing due to the acceleration due to gravity on the earth. So during this fall, free fall, the friction force due to air opposes the motion of the object, and the buoyant force also acts on the object. So actually true fall is possible only in vacuum. There is an experiment conducted, children, where the feathers, you can see here feather and the ball, okay, in a room vacuum is created, मतलब air भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, vacuum is created, and in that the ball and the feathers was kept at certain height, and then it was released. So what is happening when you are releasing? See the way it was released, that it falls, this feather and the ball, they fall simultaneously on the ground, irrespective of their masses. Irrespective of their masses, both the things were falling together. Even though the feather was lighter and the ball was little heavy then also, because you have known the formula, it was independent of mass, huh? So that is the reason. So practically we always have air, the frictional force, the buoyant force around us, correct? So when you throw two things, one is heavier and one is light, the heavy things fall first, and then it is followed by the lighter thing, isn't it? So that happens is, so for a freely falling object, the velocity on reaching earth and the time taken for the motion is calculated by Newton's all the equations. So if you know, it was, see, the object was as certain height. Whenever the object is at certain height, you have to take u equal to 0. So for u is u equal to 0, the initial velocity is 0 and the final velocity is v. The acceleration is nothing but the acceleration due to gravity. So how will you do it? See, for the calculation of the motion an object towards the is thrown in the upward direction, the acceleration is negative. And if you are throwing it in a same direction, the acceleration is positive. So you are going to keep that in mind. So we are going to use 3 equation. V is equal to gt. As initial velocity, children, we are considering at 0 na. So 0 का square भी 0, 0 का multiply by any number is also 0. Correct? So according to, for calculating purpose, the motion of the objects thrown in the upward direction has to be negative. The magnitude of g is same as that of earth. The velocity of the object decreases because of its negative acceleration. Okay, so the moon and the artificial satellite are moving only under the influence of gravitational force held of the earth. If they are in free fall, okay, it is in free fall only because they are acting only gravitational force.